Hello and welcome to Life Training Center. My name is Tabang and I'm your host for your season. In this podcast, we plan to present to you how to start, run, and scale a cleaning business. In studio today, we have Gadifele Moeng from Gadifele. Hi.
Hi, Tabang.
How are you?
Correction. I said get more.
It's Gadmo, not Gadmo.
No.
Yeah, you see with me and my Afrikaans, everything is Gadmo.
No, it's get more. And there's a reason why I say get more, not get more. Get more is spelled Gadmo, but pronounced Getmoer.
Say that again. So it's spelled Gadmo, Gadmo.
Yes.
But it's pronounced
Get space Moer. More. So
get more.
Yes.
Oh, so
So
the
you-
pronunciation is different from the spelling.
Yeah.
Your fancy stuff.
So the reason for that is that you get more for what you're paying for. That's just the logic behind it.
Oh, get more from get more. I'm sure I'm not the old one. Is
No,
I'm
you're
sure I'm not the old
you're
one.
not at all. You're not.
It's been hard to find. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Finally, we're here. I'm
Finally.
happy to be here.
We're happy to be here
100%.
and share your wisdom with us.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get started, maybe let's just recap on what we discussed in our first episode. So I'll just run through the things that we covered with Zach, and if you have anything to add or maybe want to exaggerate on one or two, take the liberty. Right?
Okay.
So last week, which was the first episode, or not last week, in our first episode, we discussed no barriers to entry. We covered pricing. We discussed the company, the importance of a company name. We discussed basic advertising, what do you do if you're just starting out. We discussed social media. And then we wrapped up, but you say, just start.
Just that.
Just start.
I totally love that. So I've got a client that I coach who wants to start a cleaning company. So she always says, I'm so scared. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, do you remember the Nike slogan?
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it. I mean, the easiest business that one can do is the cleaning company. So I will take you back to 2016. I started my company 2016,
Okay.
but the idea came about 2007 when I fell pregnant with my daughter.
Okay.
So I was studying, I was working, I became a wife, so there was a lot that I was doing. So there were times that I felt like I cannot clean my house because I'm so tired. And I wished at the back of my head that I had someone who can just come and clean my house and I don't have to be responsible for them. But however, I struggled to find that company. And I didn't have the confidence from 2007 until 2016 to start the business. So initially when I started as a placement. So that's how I started the business. I was helping the ladies to find the job, helping the ladies to find the helpers in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did that for like 2 years and it was financially straining because the ladies would say, I'm looking for someone now. And then I quickly go find someone for them. And they're like, sorry, we find someone.
By the time you knock on the door, it's 3-4 hours later.
Right,
Yeah.
yes. So it was a lot of work, but there was no financial rewards to it. So 2016, 17, 18, around 2018, I then developed another model to say I am now focusing on pre and post occupational cleaning.
Okay.
So there's a story behind that. So my family and I were moving into an apartment in North Riding. Got there, the estate agent was there. There were 2 ladies in the house, and the estate agent was on the phone because my name is Gadifele. I like stories. I like hearing what people are saying. I overheard her on the phone. Sorry, I can't make it to the appointment. Can we make it some other time? And for me, that was an opportunity. It means that she's now supervising the 2 ladies, and she's missing time to go meet up other clients.
Other clients, yes.
So for me, that was like aha moment. I was like, you know what? Now I am going to focus on starting to help the estate agents. So that's how I started the pre and post occupational cleaning. It's not something that I knew that was even existing, but that's how I then got into it. And fast forward, I started looking for clients. I started driving around looking for the likes of the Pam Goldings, the Remixes, and that's how I ended up doing that.
The pre and post
The pre and post occupational.
Maybe let's just dive into that a little bit more. We just say just start. And you just say, I started with pre and post occupation cleaning. For someone who's just sitting at home, what does it actually mean? So when you decide, like, you have the abstract now, the idea. and I'm going to do pre and post occupation cleaning. That's just the abstract. Then you must make it concrete and really do it, right? Once you have decided, right, this is what I'm going to do, what was your first step?
So when I started in 2016, that I started,
Yes.
I didn't have a car. I didn't have like anything. I had a car to drive myself, but I had a full-time job. So I found a lady that can go do the cleaning for me, right? And she would take a mop and a bucket and the cleaning detergents, put in the bucket, get into a taxi and go to the client's place.
Okay.
That's how we started.
Okay.
Right? And one of the friends that I cleaned for, she was like, how unprofessional.
Rocking up in the tanks, quanta.
Right? Because now they coming there, they're getting lost. They've got the bucket, they've got the mops, and it's getting hot. They're walking long distance.
Walking for
I
the
did not even think Uber. I didn't think any of those things. I would just say, this is the address you need to go to the client. And by that time, I'm charging to clean a big house, and I'm sending 3 people, all of them getting into a taxi, and I'm not even considering my cleaning cleaning detergents and all of that. I'm just saying, okay, I'm gonna pay them 100 rand each, just to give you an example. 100 rand each, that means 300. So I'm gonna charge the client 500. Yes, I made 200 rand, right? So for me, it was just an exciting to see that I can make profit from just that idea. So it was all silly. When I look at it now, it was like all silly and all stupid. But the fact that I had the courage to just start, I just started. For me, that was just starting.
I like it. It's not silly because most of us, we present excuses to say, no, I can't do it. I don't have the car. I can't do that. I don't have this. I can't do that. I don't have that. It's interesting that you said the taxi. Even if we didn't start at the taxi. But I like what you just said that the ladies put in the taxi to get started, right? Do you still remember your first client?
I wish I do.
You don't.
I don't remember my first client, but I know there's a friend of mine that I cleaned for, and she even helped me with some money to make sure that the business gets going. So I think if I have to remember my first client, that would be my first client, a good friend of mine. Her name is Sina. So she was really supportive, and even today she's supportive. Well, she's no longer using my services. Maybe I gave her bad services because I was starting them, right? Yeah. But I think she's one of the first clients that I've ever cleaned for.
That's your friend.
That is my friend.
Which is good. I see on you have a website profile, and I see you've got a quite good reviews there.
Yes.
So from the onset, did you set up a website or you were advertising in a different way? How are you informing people that Get More is now up and running? How did you set that up? Did you advertise on social media? What did you do?
I didn't advertise I didn't have a website.
Yeah.
It was word of mouth. I spoke to people. I started advertising. I think it was on my WhatsApp status.
Okay.
And I think maybe I started June. I think my website was developed around the same year in 2016, and I started putting it on my status on WhatsApp. That's how I started, and then people will go to. So I put on my status www.getmorecleaningservices.co.za, and then people will click on that link, right? And then they go there, they're like, no. There was nothing. And when the website was now developed, it was not pretty. I think now it's pretty decent. It was not the prettiest website I had, but it helped in a sense that when I come and say to you, Tabang, I've got a cleaning company, the people always ask, do you have a website?
Do you have a website?
Yes. Then at least now they can go to that ugly website that I had, and social media only came about for me later, right? And I had a coach, so I had a coach only 2016, 17, 18, 19, I think 2019. That's when I learned about this coaching thing. Then I spoke to the coach. I think my reviews only starts from 2019 because she said it is important for me to have the reviews because every time people look for a cleaning service and the reviews are good, then that's how I can get business. But in between 2016 to 2019, it was word of mouth and the website. And yes, and Facebook as well. I was using Facebook, but I wasn't the greatest at it.
But on Facebook?
Yeah. So
You're not very active on Facebook?
I'm not active and I don't know how to market.
Oh, marketing on Facebook.
I don't know how to market. I don't know how to put this amazing thing. I would be like a one sentence, one word person say, we clean. Pre and post occupational cleaning, and that will be it. But then I started looking for digital marketing people, and then they started for me, okay, now I remember. Networking is what actually helped me. Networking helped my business to grow.
What does that mean? Networking.
I started going to self-development. I was going to Toastmasters. And in Toastmasters, we do speaking, right?
Okay.
So each and every speech that I was delivering,
Yeah.
I was making sure that I get more
Get
links.
more.
So that is what actually helped me, because people in Toastmasters, they started knowing that, oh, she's got a cleaning company. Oh, this is what she does. And then that's how then I started growing the business from there. So networking actually helped me.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, the last time you and I were in the same room at the entrepreneurship conference we held about a week or two back, you gave us an assignment that we must share what's interesting about each person must share what's interesting about them. And I remember the gender was assigned to me. I mentioned that I do martial arts. And the first thing he said, karate. You know? and it got me thinking, and everywhere I go, in fact, my daughter now, when you ask her what she does, because we actually do jujutsu. But when you ask her what she does now, she just says karate. Because when people think of martial arts, they think of karate. And it got me wondering, because when people think of cleaning, and they just think, it's just going to mop floors. Maybe if you might just tell us more, are there different forms of cleaning companies? And then we mentioned pre and post occupation cleaning. Do you do more than that? And maybe just give me a brief idea of, is there any other type of cleaning or any other type of cleaning companies out there?
Yeah, so there are definitely plenty different types of cleaning. So there is residential cleaning.
Yeah.
What I do in residential is not only pre and post. I also do fully finished home deep cleaning.
Okay.
Right. So what that means is someone would have a helper in the house. So I come and help the helper.
Okay.
So the helper usually will just clean on the surface. And then what I do with the team, we go deeper. You know, when they say go deeper, Papa.
Okay.
Go
Yeah.
deeper, Papa. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. We clean. We make sure that each and every corner is clean. We make sure that each and everything in the house that needs to be moved gets moved, and there's no dust, there's no grime whatsoever in the house. So that's fully finished home deep cleaning. There's what we call commercial cleaning. This is where people would go into the offices and then they clean all these big places or big offices. There's also post-construction cleaning.
Okay.
Post-construction cleaning is when they finish building, maintaining or constructing their properties, their offices, whatever that they're constructing. Then people will come and then do a deep post-construction.
Okay.
There's one that I'm like, hey, I don't know how these people are doing it. The murder, the crime
scene.
That one I'm scared of it.
Yeah,
but apparently there's a lot of money in there.
There is.
Yeah, so there's that as well. There's also industrial cleaning. Industrial cleaning is, I think it's self-explanatory, unless if you want me to explain it.
No, it's self-explanatory.
Yeah, and what else is there? I think that's
Window
those.
cleaning.
There's window cleaning. There's upholstery cleaning.
Yeah.
So in most cases, as we get into the cleaning, we start small, but we end up adding all of these things, because when you have a skill, you can be able to accommodate all the kinds of cleaning that is out there. Yeah.
And so now in your current business, you do all of them, or you're just focusing on pre-post? You said what else?
No, guy, fully finished home. I do all of
finished
them.
home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fully finished home. So I do pre and post. I do fully finished. I do industrial. I do commercial. I want to get into cleaning malls. I don't do, what is this? The hygiene and the other one. That one.
Hygiene. We actually failed to mention that
The
one.
wash,
Hygiene
yeah,
as well.
washrooms.
Yes,
Yeah, so that one I don't do, but I would love to get into it.
Yeah.
The other one that I also want to get into that is also out there, that is trending, solar cleaning, because I feel,
Solar cleaning, yeah.
if you get into the house, you're cleaning the windows, you're doing all of these things, you might as well just go up and,
Okay, the solar panels
you know,
as well.
yeah, because I mean, it's value added savers. So yeah, I do all of them. I do all of them.
So extensive. You know, some of these cleaning, and I'm glad that you're saying these things, because you're just adding out all these excuses that people make.
Yes.
I don't have a card, this, I don't have this. And now you mentioned maybe carpet cleaning. I know you've mentioned solar cleaning that requires a squeegee, and you've mentioned deep cleaning, industrial cleaning that will, of course, require industrial machines. Have you had any experience in hiring machines?
I had.
You have?
I have.
Oh, you have?
Sure.
Oh, you
I
have.
had.
Expressed in the past.
I have, but I must be very, very honest on
Yeah.
this one, that I didn't really know that there were other cleaning companies or other places that I could hire machines from up until I came to this place. Then when I got to We Clean It All, that's when I learned that, you know what, I can actually hire machines. And when I clean rugs, I usually say to my clients, I can only clean rugs at your place. And that's about it. I don't have any other option. But I met these lovely guys, and I can actually take the client's rugs and then come clean them at We Clean It All, which helps me because now the clients don't have to go look for another cleaning company. So if we look deeper, we can find all these companies that we need, but I didn't know about them.
Can find solution. Maybe we might send a message. Maybe we might send a message to you guys. Besides We Clean It All, if you're somewhere in KwaZulu-Natal or wherever, and the type of company that you want to start requires machines, industrial machine, on Google, just say machine hire, and you'll find they just prop up. You just come. A lot of companies come up that hire machines, so you don't necessarily have to own it when you're starting up, because those machines are quite expensive. You just jump on your Google and just say machine hire, and they come up. Most of them have prices per day, and then you hire a machine, you do the job. And so the idea I'm trying to move away from is excuses, because we always present the excuses why it can't be done.
And when I started with the carpet cleaning, I didn't have the machine. I must just say that I didn't have the machine. So there's a guy that I know, a family friend. I started asking him to go do the carpet for me, so the white labeling. So I asked him to do the carpet cleaning, and then I would charge the client. So on the website, it says, Get More Cleaning Services offers carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning. I don't own the machines. He goes to clean, pay him, make my profit, and then that's it. Then I made profit, I bought the machines, right? And then now there's other services that I also outsource. I'm not going to mention them yet. I outsource them. I'm not going to say, no, I can't do this, because there's an opportunity for me to do that. So I would outsource these things and then go and service my clients. And sometimes, like the excuses, man, the excuses. So I use my husband, guys, to do some work for me. So I also do handyman services. I mean, this is all cleaning related. We get into people's houses. So I would ask my husband, okay, this client is looking to maybe fix the cupboard. Single lady, they don't know how to do it. Baby, go do it. Let's go make money. And, you know,
so it's part of what you offer as well. That's
yeah. So I've got a husband. He must just
might as well.
You know,
might as well.
Yes. Yeah. So that's how we expanding the services that we offer.
You know, when we started, I said the main idea behind this podcast is to teach. We've covered a lot, right? But I want us now to teach.
Okay.
Now you are speaking to, because of course some of the mistakes that you made earlier on is things that you wouldn't want to repeat now, or some of the things that you overlooked earlier on is things that you won't necessarily want to do now. So I'm saying, speak to that person, right? Sitting at home right now, thinking, I want to start a cleaning company. All right. I want us just to break it out in steps. If you are there, knowing what you know now, right? You're sitting at home. Let's, for argument's sake, say you don't have a car as well. Or that doesn't matter, because there's Uber now in this spot. So,
and you know, it's even better for them now, yeah.
So you're sitting at home, you've decided that no, to augment my income, or I'm unemployed, or I'm employed, but I want to earn more money, I want to start a cleaning company. What would be the first thing you need to do?
Okay. I think before I give an advice on that, I'm going to go just a little bit off track.
Okay.
So for people to not use excuses or have excuses, here's how I look at life. At the end of the day, we're all going the same places, which is 6 feet underground. So whether you've got excuses, whether you are just going out and doing what you want to do, you're going to die anyway. So when you get to the end of your life, would you rather not look back and say, you know what, I've tried everything that I wanted to do and I am fulfilled? So immediately when that excuse comes, think of, I am going to die one day. And when I'm dying, would I be happy with what I'm leaving behind, right? So I make death my biggest motivator, because, yes, I use that, because Tabang, you can look at me and say, yo, Khadi's crazy, but now I know what I'm trying to achieve, right? Yes, and I have been told so many times that, you know what, you are focusing on too many things, you will not succeed, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, me, I'm not scared, guys. I'm going to do it anyway. So my advice would be just do it, because whether you do it, you don't do it, you're going to die. So what are you saving yourself for? You might as well. You're not going to die safe anyway. So just do it, right? So the first step to do is find a client. That's the first thing that you can do. Find the client. The client, not clients, just one.
Yeah.
Just one. Find a client. It can be your friend. It can be your mom. It can be anyone. Just say to them, got a cleaning company and this is what I'm going to do. And you make sure that you charge them. When I started, I was not charging to cover my costs, also because I had a salary, so I was not under pressure. So for me, that was fine, which is a good thing to start a business. Don't start because you are desperate to make money. Start because you are wanting to learn a skill. Start because you are comfortable, because you can take care of the mistakes without having to worry. So start, find just one client. Tell your colleague, if you're working, tell your colleague, you know what, I've got a cleaning company, I've got great ladies that can come and clean your house this coming Saturday. Cleaning companies would charge you 500 rand. I'm going to charge you 300 rand, and I promise you, we're going to do a great job. Make sure that your team does a great job. Do?
Yeah.
They do a great job. Guess what, guys? Right? They do.
It's fine. Whatever it is, it's past.
You get the message.
Yeah, I get the
right?
message. Yeah.
So you do the great job,
Okay.
and next, as that person, if they can tell another person, and just try to keep your cost as minimal as possible, because obviously you're testing the market. And then as you go, for me, I didn't have a website. I had a website, but I didn't know that I could get reviews on the website.
Yeah.
So now, because I'm here now, I know I'm saying to you, get a website and make sure that you get reviews for each and every client that you clean for, because that's gold. Those reviews are gold, because I sometimes say I'm expensive, and people will say, "Oh, Hadi, I got reviews on Google, and people say you are the cheapest." And I send them the code, and I'm like, "Oh, maybe they're not gonna accept," and they accept it, right? Because of the gold that I have. So it's very important to have the reviews. How can you start? With the website, there are people that make website for like 300 and something per month. You don't have to pay 5,000 rand upfront. That helps. So take that 300 rand from your salary, invest it on your website on a monthly basis, and make sure that you get reviews. Just one client, you'll be motivated.
And WhatsApp? Do I use that status?
Yes, and WhatsApp status. Yes, as you're cleaning, make sure you take those videos, take those pictures, use those pictures as your. So people can see what you've been getting up
So
to.
in a sense, you could say, get that first client. And ordinarily, in a functioning society, your first client would be friends and family.
Yes.
Get them, do their job, take pictures, post on your social status, on your WhatsApp as well, and ask them to refer and encourage others to come and use you. So that'll be your first step.
Yes. And guys, being in the house and hoping to get business, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna be a big no. You need to put yourself out there. So you need to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, right?
Okay.
So you can't be in the comfort zone. Being in business, we're always uncomfortable because you don't know what people are gonna say to you. They're always rejecting you. So you need to make peace with the fact that it's uncomfortable to be there. So if you've got an idea and you are in the house and you're thinking that someone is gonna come to you and say, "Come clean my house,"
Let's go out.
Go out.
Even at church, knock on the lid and say,
Yes.
"Mama, you're clean.
Yes.
Baba, you're clean."
Yes.
Get it out there. Let people know that you're doing this and own it.
Absolutely. Yes, own it. It's your baby.
Yeah.
And no one is gonna make a success out of it if you don't make a success out of it yourself.
Yeah.
We can cheer you up, and we're gonna get tired of cheering you up with the idea. Now we wanna cheer you up with something else. We're not gonna keep saying, "Yeah, he's got an idea." Yeah, everyone has a good idea. The secret is in execution. You need to execute that idea. If you have the idea and you're not doing anything about it, you are as good as not having the idea.
True. Maybe let's talk to someone like.
I don't know if I wanna talk.
No, let's talk to someone like, I know I work for a cleaning company, right? And I have all the machines in the world, right? But even in my own house, when I need to clean the yard, more so the yard, or clean the garage, or to clean the storeroom, or anything around the yard, I outsource.
So you don't do it yourself.
I don't do it myself. I come in, I pick up the machines, I go home, and I go around looking for someone who's willing to do it.
Okay.
So I even have a leaf blower, even leaf blowing, when the leaves there's a lot of leaves on the yard, I still go out and I find someone to say, "Well, I've got a leaf blower, it's got petrol, do you want to do it, and for how much? And if the price is good, come and do
Come
it for
do
me."
it.
So when I'm saying let's speak to someone like, so this person wants to start a cleaning company, right? But they don't want to physically go and clean people's houses. I know it's termed white labeling or something like that. Would you want to maybe share much about that and say, how would someone who says, "I want to start a cleaning company, but I don't necessarily want to go myself and
Do
clean"?
the cleaning. Okay. So when I started, I had a full-time job.
Yeah.
Even when I do the post and pre and post occupation, I had a full-time job. And I love my nails, guys. I always have nails, right? So that means that I don't do the cleaning myself, right? I have a team that does the cleaning. The secret for me was finding a lady that I can love and trust to work with. So my team is always supervised because there's this lady who is working with me as if it's her own company. We are like sisters, and we more like owning the business together. So you need to find the person who you can love and trust to do the cleaning themselves. I've got a cleaning company, and my slogan is, "You hate cleaning, we love it." Do I love cleaning?
Not really.
Right? So you don't necessarily have to really do it yourself, but you must have the team. Because I mean, this is creating employment. Yeah. So many people are not working, and so many people are willing to do anything to put bread on the table. Yeah. Right? So if we love our employees, if we treat them with respect, they will go do the cleaning wholeheartedly.
Wonderful. Let me put an alternate idea out there, and you'll tell me how you feel about it, or if you think it's practical or not, because some things are practical in theory, but in practice, not so much. So what if, like I said, you're speaking to a guy like me, I decided, you know what, I'm going to set up this cleaning company. I'm going to set up a website, I'm going to set up the services I offer, and I'm going to set up my WhatsApp page, Facebook page, Twitter page, and all that stuff. Then get the client. Instead of doing it myself or getting my own employees to do the job myself, search for cleaning companies who offer that service and outsource the job to them, and I get my cut from that. What's your position on that?
I love that because I also do that on other services. Gardening service, guys, I offer gardening service as well. I don't know how to garden, but I know people that can do garden, and then I outsource, and then they go do the job, and I know that it's a company that can do a great job. And then they go do work, and then I just sit back and say, invoice. I invoice. Right, so you don't have to do everything yourselves, because if you do everything yourself, you're gonna get overwhelmed, and then you're not gonna be able to do everything. I think that's why the builders don't have houses, because they can't build their own houses. Right?
Yeah, you can't do everything.
You can't do everything.
You outsource where you can, yes. Do what you can, and your primary job is to find that first client, which is the most difficult thing.
Yes, I don't know if it's okay. Maybe now I can say it's no longer difficult. But ask for help. I mean, there's so many mentors out there that are willing to share their wisdom with all of us. So when you have that idea, find someone that you can speak to. Ask them, how can I do it? Where can I go to get this first client? Me, I got my first client, I think it was Sina, and then I went to Toastmasters. That's why I started getting my clients. Yeah. It was all the networking.
And now you're functional.
Now I'm functional.
So on every day.
8 years.
So then every day, I want us to speak again to this person who's setting up this company. I'm very interested in that person because I don't want them to say, okay, I've got a company name, like I said, I've decided on cleaning, I've got my company name, I've done my first ad on Facebook, I've done my Twitter ads, and now I have my first client. And traditionally, after the first client, it goes quiet. So I want to be able to speak to them to say, on a daily, right, what would be your instruction to them to say, all right, on a daily basis? It's not that you're going to have clients every day, especially when you're starting out. And it's easy to lose hope. It's easy to be like, this clean things don't go to work. Right? What would your message be to them on a daily, to say, on a daily or weekly, this is what you should be doing if or when you are running a cleaning company?
Okay, so skills is very important. So the day that you don't have a client, maybe focus on how can I learn digital marketing? How can I put my name out there so that I can get clients? So that's what you will spend the day doing, looking for clients on social media. Also, networking. You need to go out, network. People need to know you. People need to know that you are doing this kind of thing so that they can start sending you business. But importantly, I think you need to learn different skills that can grow your business. I think the skills is very important.
And YouTube also helps with that as well.
Right? Yes, I've seen people talking about the cleaning companies. I've seen Chris talking about it on YouTube. So YouTube has a lot of all the skills that we need to learn. So you need to invest on the skills.
And then you have zero excuse.
We're always on our phones. We're always scrolling, checking, what is this? Baba Dancing. TikTok.
Oh, TikTok.
We always go. We always have data, but can we use our data to do something that is productive? What's the excuse? Like really, guys, what could be the excuse?
None.
You've got data.
Yeah.
You've got an idea, but you don't know how to execute. Just go YouTube. How can I execute this idea? You're gonna get the answers. Like, I think it's that simple. Maybe I'm making it too simple, but I think it's that simple.
Well, it could be. Maybe that's maybe it's a conversation you might have with the next guest on panel. But as things stand now, do you have separate accounts for you and your business, or is it one account?
For me personally and my business.
Yes.
So from the word go, I open the business account and I always have my personal one. I don't use the same account. But sometimes, you know, when you feel like sweets and then there's no money in the personal account, then you use the business one. But I do have two different accounts.
You have two different accounts. Okay. And when I know we discussed this with Zach in our first episode, to say get started, the matter of compliance, you pick that up as you go along. Right. So from the 2016 launch, how long did it take you before you started registering the business on CIPC?
Gosh, I thought you were going to ask me about the other compliance. Let's not go to that one. I am still getting that one right.
Let's back. We won't go there. I don't want to expose anyone. It's not our intention to expose anyone. Let's discuss this part. When it's 2016, you're going live. How long before you decided that now I can go register at CIPC?
I registered 2016 in June, and that's when the company started.
On the get-go?
Yes, on the get-go. Because it's not difficult to register a company, and it's not even expensive. It's like, what, 250 or 300 at most?
No, it's not.
It's very easy to register. If you don't know how to do it, you just ask. But for me, because I was an administrator, so I knew how to do these things, how to register and all of that. So it was easy for me to just register the business. So I registered, then started, or I started and registered, but it all happened at the same time.
Maybe I had to wrap it up, because I think the first thing that you mentioned wraps up the conversation for the day. And if you want to maybe speak on that, just get started. When you said to me, you put them in the taxi and they went to go. For me, that encapsulates what we're trying to do here. To teach them how it's not difficult to start a cleaning company.
Start with what you have. Start with what you have. You've got a mop, you've got a broom, you've got a bucket. Most importantly, you've got an idea. Take it out.
Exactly.
Take it out. Nike. Just do it.
Just
You won't
do it.
die. You won't die from starting it. Honestly, no one is gonna kill you from doing it. We're not gonna laugh at you for making those mistakes. I don't remember actually anyone coming back to me and saying, "Yo, your ladies used to get into a taxi." Not even those ladies ever said to me, it's just that, guys. Be Nike. Just start.
Just start.
Just start.
No, I think we've covered enough on how to get started. If you're sitting there at home, still in doubt, I mean, the past two episodes or the two episodes that we've delivered are quite enough for you to get started. In our next episode, I think we speak to the person that has already started and is sitting at home, that had their first, that had their second client, and now it's quiet. So we'll speak about advertising, we'll speak about marketing, and we call guerrilla marketing as well, and networking. So our next episode, that's what will be discussed. We say, now you've had your first client, you've had your second client, and it's gone quiet. How do you market it? How do you advertise? And guerrilla marketing and networking. But again, thank you for joining us. Maybe in parting, do you have any last words in closure? Maybe you must close it off for us.
Okay. Lastly, don't give up. Never, ever, ever think of giving up. Giving up is not an option. But remember, you're going to die, guys. I love this. You're going to die. Just do what you want to do. It will make you happy and it will challenge you to be a better version of yourself. Just do it. Just do it.
Just that. Okay.
Just that.
Thank you for watching our training center. Just that.
Just that. Thank you.
Thank you.